Buongiorno, benvenuti. This is the Thrift Store Rundown, and thanks for coming along with me today as we roam to Rome on a budget in observance of National Italian-American Heritage Month and, believe it or not, National Cookbook Month in October. Can you believe it? The Cookbook Corner is the second most populated playlist on the entire channel here. So you know I love me some cookbooks. And you know my rule, if it's not related to Hollywood, if it's not related to pop culture, it doesn't go. But I did make an exception for this because I've already made 2 other exceptions for what I believe is a truly exceptional cookbook outside of our realm. This is another fine selection in William Sonoma's Foods of the World cookbook, of which I own 2 previous installments. New York because, well, I love New York. Full stop. And San Francisco because of the connection to a popular YouTuber who resides there, who will no longer reside there in a few months because of his move to Sebastopol. Chef John of foodwizards.com. He is delightful. One of my favorite foodies. If you are an Italian-American who considers cooking to be an integral part of their family's rich heritage and history, and of course if you love cookbooks, you'll consider this Molto Bueno. This is their Rome selection, you know, Rome, Italy. Authentic recipes celebrating that most celebrated region. This was purchased for 50% off the price of $7.99. And it contains recipes by Maureen B. Fant. Photography by Jonas Hall. And of course the general editor for this series is Chuck Williams. This is from Artsmore House. The beginning of this cookbook explains the history of Rome's rise to culinary eminence, and gives you a really nice local view of what kind of culinary delicacies that those people over there like to eat, and that includes tourists. It's in their best of Rome section here. You know, coffee, pasta, greens, pizza, cucina oaxaca, wine, and dolce. Introduction. Culinary history, contemporary cuisine, dining out, markets, flavors of the neighborhoods, because you know fresh produce over there in Rome is second to none, and a map of Rome and Lazio, or Laszlo. If it says Laszlo, believe of all the puns I'm going to make off of Camp Laszlo, and I will make none. It says Lazio. There you go. And of course, what's a cookbook without awesome recipes? Antipasti, primi, secondi, dolci, contorni. So I will consider contorni to be sides and salads, dolci desserts, secondi, they would be main dishes, secondi, why don't they call them main D, or primi, which relates to pasta and pizza dishes, and antipasti, and appetizers, if you will. Easiest Italian translation ever. So there you go. They do not give you any assistance in how to pronounce the Italian names in here, which is one detractor, but for all you're getting out of this, I don't think you'll mind one bit. Oh, there's one other month of observance which I forgot to mention, which is going to be key in this review. It's National Pasta Month. That National Day calendar, exquisitely awesome. Check it out, link in the description below. We're talking about pasta today. So it's really a 3-tier review, observing National Italian-American Heritage Month, National Pasta Month, and National Cookbook Month. How about that? Alberto Sordi played a would-be American in the film Uno Americano a Roma, 1954, eyes his mother's spaghetti and growls, "Macarone, mi ha provocato, il lo metti magno. Pasta, you've gotten on my nerves, and I'm gonna scoff you down." The hero then abandons himself to pleasure. For Romans, a meal without pasta is like a day without sunshine. This section here tells you about the painstaking labor that pasta makers have to go through to make fresh-made pasta. It also gives you different descriptions and imagery about the type of pasta you'll find in a lot of Italian markets, and for that matter, in a lot of American markets too. Tortelloni, bucatini, capitelli, mugalati, orecchiette, penne, rigatoni, and spaghetti. Spaghetti, definitely common. What? No macaroni? Let's be honest, macaroni is an American thing, okay? Macaroni and cheese. But what about pasta fazool? Macaroni is usually included in there. Well, in that sense, it's a crime to not include macaroni. There you go. So, let's go to the preemie, the pasta, and the pizza. A handful of greens, a few clams, or a sprinkling of cheese and pepper, cacio e pepe, and a toss in the pan can turn plain pasta into a Roman primo piatto, meaning the first course in Rome, which will be first class, if you follow this to a T. This is pasta and chickpea soup, pasta-bilities soup. The combination of pasta and legumes is a Roman perennial. Bologna beans, lentils, and chickpeas mix and match happily with ditalini, thimbles, magagliati, and pasta scraps. I'm trying my best to pronounce all these Italian names on the fly here. Quadrucci, pasta squares, or as in this recipe, tagliarini, long flat noodles broken into pieces. This dish became a Roman icon with the 1958 comic film I Soliti Ignoti, big deal on Madonna Street. And anytime a dish is connected to a film, it's eligible for inclusion and highlight here on the Thrift Store Rundown. We bring Hollywood home on a budget, and that doesn't apply just to Hollywood, it applies to overseas production. Hello, we're very fond of the Academy Award for Best Foreign Language Film around here. I wonder if that ever won. I guess it didn't. Anyway, we move on to a classic. Spaghetti alla carbonara, eggs, cured pork, and cheese. A staple of romantic meals for two, and of course, late nights when nothing else will do. Rigatoni con guanciale e cipolla. Rigatoni with guanciale and onion. A lot of historical notes about ingredients right here in these sidebars here. And of course they give you a list of ingredients, directions, you know, how many servings that each recipe will make, and of course, because this is Foods of the World and we are in Italy, they also give you with every recipe in here a wine suggested to serve alongside. For example, with this pasta con I broccoli, Broccolio Romanesco, you would serve this with a fruity white wine such as Frascati Superiore. How do you think I'm doing on these Italian pronunciations, Pasta shells with mozzarella, tomatoes, and basil. That is caprese. That is consigli alla caprese. Consigli alla caprese. So, how's that? Good or good enough or, I don't know. The star ingredient in here, if you can find it, is mozzarella di bufala. Right over there. How about burrata? A delicacy when it comes to mozzarella cheese and avocado cheese for that matter. It's like a hybrid of the two. Maybe you could substitute that for that if you can't find it. Fusilli con I carciofi. Sorry, carciofi. I made that mistake last time when I tried to pronounce it. I'm not doing it again. Fusilli with artichokes. Tonarelli cacio e pepe. That's tonarelli with pecorino and pepper, which you can see right over here. Not only is there an awesome amount of food photography of awesome quality, but there's also an exquisite amount of photography of Rome as it is, through a culinary foodie's point of view. Spaghetti with clams in their shells, ali vongoli veraci. Veraci, not Versace. Veraci. Although that would definitely make you look like a Versace in the culinary world if you're able to make that at home. Fettuccine al ragu. Simple, standard, meat sauce. Standard, and yet so sublime and made right. Fish ravioli. Yes, fish and ravioli. Di pesce con pomodorini. Pesce con pomodorini. Oven roasted cherry tomato sauce. The exquisite photography in here does not end. Finally, pasta a forno. Baked farfalle with mushrooms, prosciutto, and peas. With fresh peas are used in here, they never play second fiddle. They shine. This whole cookbook shines as a whole. Maureen's recipes and descriptions and captions and story about Rome's rise to culinary eminence and prowess. As I said before, I make exceptions for stuff I already make exceptions for, and this is the third exceptional installment in their Foods of the World series. Trends may come and go, but the strongest influence on Roman cooking is its rich tradition. And hopefully, in observance of Italian-American Heritage Month, you'll make it a tradition to whip up at least one of these recipes weekly in October, or yearly. I'm gonna give it 4.5 out of 5 claps. Thanks for roaming along with me throughout this review, and I'll catch you on the thrift side. Chow down, and ciao.